Right, welcome everybody to another episode of Chris and Dave's Reality TV Cast. I am one of your hosts, Chris, and my co-host and very good friend is Dave.
Hey there, Chris, and hello to our listeners out there. Welcome to Chris and Dave's Reality TV Cast. We are covering Love Island UK Series 11, Week 7, or episodes 41 through to 47, Chris. Now, where would you like to start today?
Well, Dave, we've got less than a week to go as we record this. Some would say hallelujah. I think I'm not far behind. Yeah, you. I think we'll start, Dave. There's been this whole thing this week. You know, the reality radar has been called out by Joe, which we want to talk about. I expected a full apology. I've not received it this week, Dave. But Mimi, Jessica, and Josh. So, Snog Marry Pie happened, and then we got this. Asked Mimi to marry him. Jess was not happy. Jessica was not happy at all. And then what I didn't understand was Mimi. I was thinking she's definitely got to be having Jessica at it now. She decides to kiss Ayu. And then Josh kicks off, even though he kissed Grace. And I was like, I can't keep up with this fucking nonsense. But ultimately, I did think at the start of the week, the reality radar prediction was on the money, Dave. I thought, oh, here we go. But by the end of the week, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't recall seeing this play out before. We've seen it where, someone comes after Casa Amor, a couple that was together and then they both chose someone else, ends up getting back together. So I think at the end of last week, it looked pretty certain that it was just a matter of time before Ayu and Mimi got together. But now it seems like they've decided to just stick instead of twisting. And I don't recall seeing that before, where they've almost come out and said, look, there are feelings there, but we're not going to act on them. And so I think what we've seen in the past is people say, oh, no, of course, there's nothing there. Yeah, there is really. And then the other person's like, well, I know there is. We've seen that bit of conflict, but it's kind of been diffused more than I thought it would be, because especially when Joey, I mean, what a fucking... Who puts their trust in Joey to set up a secret fucking meeting? Who does that? Well, Mimi does that, and Ayu, to be fair, kind of he wasn't wanting to play at all there. But yeah, I think it's on the balance. I'm not saying it won't happen, and it might be one of those things that they're looking to do the reunion maybe a little bit close to the final. I don't know, but yeah, it looks in the balance, this one, Chris.
Yeah, it does, to be fair. And I'd call this all along, Dave. I mean, obviously, Joe had said they were going to be back together and stuff, Dave. The radar's never wrong. But I'm the same. I'm very shocked by that. And I do think the only way, and it will be absolute producer meddling, is if basically Josh and Jessica got voted off. One of them ones like, we're not voting on couples, we're voting on the most popular people. Then Ayu and Mimi are together. We've seen that before, but going into the last week and the fact that Mimi and Josh have had a date, as then they've had that market fucking thing, which was complete bollocks as well. That was the quietest market I've ever seen in Spain, Dave, because usually they are very busy.
Yeah,
I do think it would be a mess if they did that, and they're not gonna. That is not the play to win. If you are there to win it, I don't know, to stay as long as you can for the clicks and everything. I'm the same. I just don't think that's going to play out at all. But I do think Ayu and Mimi, there is definitely something there. She's just smarting, and quite rightly, because of what he did. He was just playing her, wasn't he? All the time, just telling her what she wants to hear. But I do think there is something between them. I did cringe when he went to propose to her, Dave. I was like, oh mate, God. No, that's not the person you proposed to. Pick someone else. It'd have been fine. Nobody would have said anything. But then Josh kicked off, didn't he? Because he was not. I get why, because there was these baggage there. There's a little bit of history. But Jessica wasn't happy about him kissing Grace. He just saw it as, I've always wanted to snog Grace, I'm going in. And that's what he even said in his speech, didn't he? He sort of said, like, yeah, if it wasn't with Jessica, I'd make a play for Grace. And then went in. I was like, please be quiet, Josh. Please be quiet.
Stop talking.
Yeah, it's not the. I think if you're in that situation and you're that deep in the relationship, you snog the person you're with. That's it. If that's how serious you are, and I don't think he is serious, but it made for good TV.
I have no idea, to be honest, because like Joey kissed Jessie. No, he didn't kiss Jessie. He said she had the best personality or something. Yeah. Oh no, I'm getting my things mixed up here. But later, they had to decide, and again, I just think they were doing the face, the body, and the personality later in the week, weren't they? And I was thinking, oh fucking hell, which one you got to go with the face probably, but Joey chose Jessie for the personality, and she seemed happy with that. And I'm like, I have no fucking idea, like with these things, which obviously don't. Getting back to Snog, Marry, Pie, don't pie the person that you're with, right? But in terms of is snogging or is proposing better, it seems to depend on the person, doesn't it? It just, some of them just get really put out because they've not been proposed to, or they get put out because they've not been snogged. I fucking don't get it, Chris.
No, and I agree. And you said about Joey, that whole situation when he kissed Nicole, as much as it's part of the game, and we say that, and I want your opinion on this, it was all Joey playing games. It was just purely to rile up Kieran and Nicole's relationship, whether it's a play to sort of break them up, because they have been continually on different challenges voted one of the either the top or one of the top two most popular couples. They were again voted as the most popular arrogant couple. Well, yeah, definitely. but they have been, haven't they? And I think unfortunately they're the best of a bad bunch and the most consistent. The bloody arguing, the bitching, the moaning, pretty much like most couples in real life, Dave. So no wonder they're most popular. It is like a real relationship, I suppose. But again, he does it knowing the backlash, and all the guys were like, "Why has he done that? Why has he done that?" So what do you think of that? I liked it because I sort of thought, you little shit, you've absolutely, I don't like Joey at all. I was like, you little shit, you've absolutely stirred up a hornet's nest. And he got the reaction out of Kieran he wanted.
I think it was a little bit of a power play, wasn't it? I mean, it was unnecessary, but it was, I'm not saying he's enacted, what is it, prima noctis? That thing, was it in Braveheart? Was it in Rob Roy, where the Lord can sleep with the new bride kind of thing? It was just a thing to encourage lords up into Scotland. Weird historical reference there. There you go. You don't just come here for the fucking abuse and bellends.
I've never even heard of that.
It was the same fucking... Wasn't it Braveheart?
I've seen Braveheart. I don't remember that. If it was,
I'll have to cover it on the VHS. So, yeah, no, definitely a power play. And I have to say, going back to when he was that first bombshell who comes in, and I'm like, who the fuck's this bellend? Like, and everyone else, oh, fucking hell, it's Joey Essex. And then seeing like the first few weeks and seeing how he's almost that on-screen producer, the way he's manipulating things, I'm thinking, well, this is unfair because he knows the reality TV game. Other people don't, and they're getting played by him. I have to say, for the last week or so, probably longer than a week now, he's just showing himself to be a real nasty piece of work. Yeah. Like, just with almost every interaction. And I'm thinking, is he this reality TV master at work kind of thing? Or is he just a nasty little piece of shit? Because there's some of the things, the way he keeps going after Grace, saying that, she's not had a connection with anyone. And, it's a bit weird, you being mates with Jessie. You only want to be mates with Jessie because she's with me. It's like, fucking hell, keep your ego in check, right? I know you're a narcissist, but his narcissism has gone to different levels. And I don't know. I've not seen him, like yourself, I've not seen him, or not like yourself. You've seen him in other stuff. This is the first thing I've seen him in. but I don't find anything likable about him at all. I don't get it. I don't get what this thing is, this aura around Joey Essex. He just fucking seems like see you next Tuesday to me.
Well, I think you summed it up perfectly. When he was in Love Island, when he was in Towie, obviously we're going back 10 years or so, he was this like lovable. He just played up to the fact that he was. I'm going to cliche, the old cliche of the dumb blonde sort of thing, Dave.
Like
He's
cheeky chappy.
Yeah, just hasn't got a clue. You say, what's 2 add 2? He's got to get a calculator out. Just he'd play up to the camera, just really. Oh, like that the other week when they voted for him and picked him. Like, what, me? Like one of them. It's like, fuck off. The Bryan Cranston meme. Like, me? He knows how to play the game. But the problem is, in something like Love Island, you can't keep being that person. He's come in and some have questioned him, like Blade did a few weeks ago. He's a nasty little fucker. He's a nasty narcissist. And when Jesse actually said to him, because of some of the stuff he said in the week, like you say about knocking on with Grace, like, I don't think Grace would have picked. I think she picked Josh at one point in one of the games, like if she wasn't with Ruben, and he's like, yeah, she'd have picked me, not. He's like, who the fuck do you think you are? Like, he really, really thinks so highly of him. And when she pulled him, she's too good for him anyway. When she pulled him and said, Joey, you've got to stop. This sort of behavior, you need to take a step back, basically telling him to self-reflect. I think you're the dickhead. Sometimes you are the dickhead. We all don't like to hear it, but sometimes we are dickheads, and even though we think we're right, sometimes you go, oh, you know what? I was wrong. Or, you know what? I need to just eat a bit of humble pie here to diffuse this. It's going to escalate. He cannot see it. He has no self-reflection. He's obviously always been told yes. He's a spoilt brat. He's 33-year-old guy, looks like a fucking action man. You know what I mean? He's an absolute dick, and that's the problem. If he's never been pulled and he's got a PR company behind him and a talent agency, what fucking talent, we don't know, but he's got a talent agency pushing him and telling him he's always right, he's going to do that. And when she was telling him, the first thing he said was, well, they said it to me or whatever. And I'm like, how old are you? 3? You're not, you fucking idiot. It's like, listen to what she's saying to you. She's giving you some free, really good adult advice, because obviously you're not an adult. You're a complete dick. And as this has gone on, this has been a PR disaster for him, for me. He will find it very difficult to get on any shows unless they play up to the baddie thing, because this is his baddie arc, isn't it? They always say about the different people. This is like Joey Essex gone from this lovable role. Everyone loves Joey. Oh, he's so funny. He's so silly. Let's get him on Loose Women and stuff like that. He goes on Loose Women nowadays. He's going to get torn to fucking pieces. And I'm so here for it because I've watched so many shows that he's been on, and he's gone on. I remember X on the Beach. He went on, got with one girl, this other American girl coming who we've been with, gets with her, treats them all like shit, but it's all part of the game. Reality TV, gets his screen time. Love Island is a completely different vehicle for him, and it's not sort of preset. They can't refilm stuff to a point. A lot of the stuff, yes, they can direct him, and when they're on these stupid dates that do look like Towie, he's in his element when he's fake extras there. But as it's just gone on, I am here for the demise of Joey Essex because he's an absolute clown and a narcissist. And I still say from the get-go, he shouldn't have been on Love Island at all. What his agent has done there to pull him on that show is utter bullshit, an absolute shame on ITV. The only thing I would say to give him a little bit of an out is at the end of the show, which isn't nice for Jesse, he turns around and goes, well, actually, and they play some VT that we've not seen of. We know you're in here, you can't win it, but we want you to go in and stir everything up. That's the only logical thing. However, it hasn't been consistent that he's done it every episode where he's stirred stuff up. I think Sean's come into his element more than Joey the last week, shit stirring, but he's just not a likable character, and he's an absolute narcissist, and poor Jesse just needs to get away from that dick.
Yeah, you mentioned about the conversation with Jesse and Joey. I mean, for me, it was almost like watching an adult have a conversation with a child.
Yeah.
It really came across. And like you say, he's approaching mid-30s now. It's like, what the fuck is going on? But
yeah,
I thought in that conversation, he seemed like a 14-year-old boy or something. It was very, very strange to watch. And like you say, maybe it is just one of those things that you can only keep the mask up for so long. and this lovable rogue, this cheeky chappy persona, maybe is just slipping a bit too much now. But yeah, just a real nasty piece of work. I'm sure at the end of the day, even if he can always claim the old, oh, it's a villain edit, as they do. I'm sure he'll probably be all right. He'll be on Celebs Go Dating, or again, or whatever. He'll be on other stuff, won't he? Yeah. So he'll still keep milking the fuck out of this career. The thing that the other thing, as well as him being just an absolute tool, the thing that's perplexed me a bit this week. So it sounds like I'm going to plug the movie now. Chris, I am so fucking excited for Deadpool and Wolverine, I have to say.
Cannot wait.
I can't wait for it to come out. But I remember seeing some of the things, for the previous movies that Hugh Jackman had done, where he's getting his body in shape, and he always said when he first got the call to play the character that he wasn't imposing at all, and what he was going for was that Robert De Niro. What's the movie? I want to say Castaway.
Cape Fear.
Cape Fear. That's the one. And he said there's a moment when he takes his shirt off, and it's not like you think, oh, this guy's in shape. It gives you that feeling of, oh shit, this guy means business, and so. Hugh Jackman put so much work in, and that was one of the things why he wanted to walk away from the character, because it was so intense getting ready for that. But even despite all of the training, all of the exercising and weightlifting and whatever, before getting into a scene, to film an actual scene, he'd dehydrate himself, so you get all the veins sort of popping out and stuff, But you can't do that for the long term. What the fuck is going on with Joey Essex, where he's always got that dehydrated look about him? I mean, is he literally eating fucking diuretics as like sweets or what? I can't take my eyes off his shoulders this week, and I'm like, surely that's not healthy. What do you reckon?
Well. I've called this out before on Love Island. I know I've said it before. A lot of the guys that have been on there in the past have definitely been on some sort of cycle of something, or they're taking
vitamins. Yeah,
vitamins,
bit of Wellman,
definitely, 100%, Dave. It's far from me to question that as someone who's trained as a personal trainer and been around gyms all his life. But yes. I would say that there is something going on with Mr. Essex there, Dave, because he's not lost any size in the 6 weeks that he's been in there. No. And he's not huge. He's got a great body. It's not a jealousy thing at all. But that body has not been like that. Maybe the last couple of years it might have been. But yes, there's something going on there with him. And I don't know what it is. It could be that's why he's so irritable, because he's not eating enough, because he's worried. Maybe it's an age thing. He knows that, the lads have got 10 years on him. But let's be honest, there's only a couple of the other lads who look as good or if better than Joey. He's only a small frame, but he's got a great body on him, hasn't he? So maybe he's overtraining. Maybe he's worried. And this is the first. I remember years ago that this is a really, really, really weird reference, Dave. And you say I want your reference, but one of my favourite Arnie films is Pumping Iron. You've seen it, 1975. He was the king of bodybuilding. He announces at 1975 he's going to retire. And then when he's filming Conan in 1980, 81, he decides the shape he got in was pretty close to his bodybuilding shape. And he decides to go back into Mr. Olympia. And he was and he actually won it. But everyone says it's the biggest blag ever, because his upper body was still massive, but his legs weren't where they were. And other people should have won. But I remember a conversation with Arnie saying, I knew when I was up there thinking, I felt it's the first time in my life I felt insecure, as in, because obviously you watch these reality shows and he might get his top off every now and again, like X on the Beach, and that is similar to Love Island, but they don't always wear no tops all the time. At night they get, obviously in this they get changed, but in Love Island it's just relentless, in it. At night they might get ready. Maybe he's feeling a bit insecure and he's just being irritable and he's just threatened by all these young lads, because ultimately, you said about Jesse speaking to him like an adult. He's probably got 10 years on her. And It's like, he's going to get worse. And if you're mid-20s or whatever she is as a person. She's very level-headed, very nice, and you can see that. I've not seen anything about her that I dislike really at all.
I agree.
Imagine in 5 years' time how bad Joey's going to be. He's going to be taking all sorts of shit to maintain it. He's going to be in all sorts of shows. You just know it's a waste of time investing in this guy. And like I say, I could be way off, but I agree, there is something going on there with him, and I can't work out what it is, because he seems, the whole cheeky chappy act is just gone for me completely.
Yeah.
I never believed it anyway. Because it's TV. But this last week especially, he has just literally put his nose in every relationship. And whether it's his little pitch to win, thinking that the producers are not going to show that he's meddling and being a shit stirrer, and he might think, oh yeah, he's just going to put a little bit of doubt in the relationship. I don't know. But it's not gone well for him, I don't think, this whole Love Island experience.
No. And earlier in the week, I think there was a recoupling. Lola and Harry had come in, and I think it is difficult for the so-called bombshells who come in super late, isn't it? It's like, what are you really going to do? You had the guy who won with Amber, and then just took the money and ran.
Yeah, Greg, he was the Irish lad. Yeah, Greg.
But he was just not a knobsock, whereas I think it was Michael, wasn't it, who was just a complete tool. So, I think in that scenario, but that's a rarity, I'd say. These bombshells that come in at the end add almost nothing. But when Lola picked Joey, I thought, oh, this is it, Chris. This is where the Hail Mary comes off. This is where they get rid of Jesse. Joey's not got anything with Lola. Although, you see the chats, he's very flirty. And he's just a blatant fucking liar, isn't he? I mean, he's not smooth with it. He just lies to people because he's kind of saying to Lola that he's not closed off or anything. But when he's speaking to Jesse, he's like, oh, I've got no idea why she'd choose me. You're lying toe rag. But there's nothing going to happen there with Joey and Lola. And I thought, wow, this is the thing that's going to get him and Grace back, despite the fact, he's being this fucking arsehole to her. And I don't know if he's actually just trying to make a walk or what. But yeah, that's looking pretty unlikely now, I have to say.
Yeah, 100%. And as I mentioned, Sean, Dave, he has been a little bit of a baddie the last few weeks, hasn't he? He loves meddling in stuff. And I was unsure on Matilda. I called her out a little bit. I actually think the problem I've got this series is there's some really good people on the show. And I do think, like, have anyone, I would want Mimi to win it. So that means, and I haven't really got a problem with Josh. I thought he dealt with it wrong, but maybe Mimi to win it. I like Jess with Joey. Matilda's been nice. I mean, pretty much singling out most of the guys as complete dicks. Kieran and Nicole get on me fucking absolute tits, Dave. I cannot be doing the bullshit. Grace loves the smell of her own farts. Ruben seems all right, but then he's missteps. Grace fucking loves herself, doesn't she? She thinks she's the main character, like Joey as well. Yeah, it's fucking gets on my nerves. So? Yeah, it gets on my nerves, Dave. Everywhere she is, there's always someone. She tells people straight, which I like, and know she's from Manchester, but yeah, Lola and
don't go there again. The last time you back, fucking what's her name? Jess.
All right, Dave. There's no need for that. But stop, but use the dick. So these individual people I like, but I think realistically, if I've just gone off on one now, but if I was going to pick a couple, it'd probably be Mimi and Josh, just because I think everyone else has got issues. I like Jessica's all right with IU, but then he's just been a bit of a player, and it's just like it's exhausting watching it, trying to actually root for somebody, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Connor was he was all right as well. Yeah. But I mean, when him and Lola went, I mean, does anyone care? I mean, I am struggling, I have to say, to care about any of this lot.
Yeah.
And I might have a little musical number for you later, Chris.
Well, sorry, I know I went over. It's talking about Sean, but Sean is a dick. He's done it all week. Yeah. Josh had him out. He's like, why are you getting involved in stuff? Jessica was like, what is your fucking problem? And he's got this thing. It's like he's been dared by, say, Joey or one of the other guys. So, go on, say that. And he's the only one who's got the bottle to say it. and to take the back, like, and he keeps doing it. And it's like, but your relationship, just because you drove a fucking Porsche, you weren't with anyone for nearly fucking 5 weeks, fucking Hugo. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, you were friend zoned by everyone, and you were given this whole puppy dog eye thing. Oh, we had Ian Sterling telling the shit Willy Wonka jokes and all that fucking crap about him being a fucking sweet shop owner and all this bullshit. And then now, as soon as he gets with Matilda, they think they're fucking the top fucking couple, or the alpha couple. And he's just a dick. He's just an arrogant wanker. So again, another fucking couple I do not give two fucks about, mainly because of Sean, to be honest.
Yeah, he is a tool, and it's almost as if being in the couple, surviving Casa Amor, coming out the other side of that, it's given him the confidence to just be an absolute tool. And you have to think, well, that must have been, that's closer to actually him than what we saw at the start, where he wasn't in a couple, so he's trying to be the nice guy. But yeah, he has come across like a more of a villain, hasn't he? And again, like Ian Sterling, he's really dialing up the sweet jokes, and I'm thinking, are you doing that for your own business, to just in case people forget? But he's going on now. What did he say? Matilda was his sour watermelon or something like that. I mean, it's not. This guy is not Gen X, Chris. I mean, if he'd grown up on Carry On films or something like that, and he made a melons joke, you're like, all right, fair play to you.
Yeah.
But no, this like sour watermelon. It's like, what does that even fucking mean? So yeah, I'm done with Sean and Matilda. Another couple I just don't give a fuck about.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm totally with you. And you mentioned Connor. What was so bizarre was Connor. Every single girl pretty much said Connor is marriage material. Like Mimi was pretty much marriage material. And I'm like, for the guys, I'm like, well, at some point, you're going to realise that they're the people you need to marry and settle down with. I know it's Love Island, and I'm not even buying into the fact that anybody's in love. It's all bullshit.
Instagram live. I'm call you out there, but you did it yourself.
but in the context of us as viewers, let's try and take some sort of sensibility that it's actually there's a little bit of reality to it, which I know there isn't. Connor's the one. I never, what a guy. Connor's the guy I'd marry. Oh, yeah, will you marry me? Yeah, no problem. Anyway, see you later, Connor. Fuck off now. We're just going to get the complete dickheads on the show. It's just, not just Connor, the same thing with Mimi. All the guys saying it, I'm like, well, that's the person you want to bring home to your mum and dad. Mimi's the one. She's got some fucking morals. She's a nice person. Hello, McFly. Just fucking idiots, aren't they? Absolutely. The lad's thinking with the dicks big time all the time, Dave. Just so ridiculous.
But like you say, it's the girls as well. Maybe it's just that thing with youth, it's like, oh, Connor, I'd really like to marry someone like you, why can't I just meet a guy like you?
Yeah,
it's like,
right in front of me.
What about me? I'm right here. No, not you. Don't be silly. Someone like you.
Material. Yeah, you are marriage material. It's fucking bullshit, isn't it? It's so silly. I know we've got the hindsight of being middle-aged now, but yeah, they just get frustrated. I'm like, but they're there. These people are there. You've had the opportunity, you dicks, so... But anyway, Dave, before we get into Joe's apology messages that she sent Dave after this week, and I do appreciate Joe standing over these messages, it really appreciate the reality radars struck again. But on Friday we got the final recoupling, so these couples will not change. The only way this is going to change is when people get voted out, so there'll be no recoupling. So we've got Grace and Ruben, Jessica and Ayu, Jesse and Joey, Lola and Harry, which is a bit of a thing you want. Matilda and Sean, Mimi and Josh, and Nicole and Kieran. So I think we can safely say I'm going to put my fucking house on it that Lola and Harry are going to be the first ones to be booted off, Dave, next week. But, 100%, they will be gone.
I mean, they've just offered absolutely nothing, have they?
No.
Again, I think there was some kind of attempted drama. And, Chris... I don't know if I should say this, right? Lola's fake eyelashes, right, are to the extreme. I mean, I know all the fake eyelashes there, it's fine, it's standard, isn't it? I mean, some of them kind of keep them on in the daytime, others, like, they bring out the big guns, for the evening, when they're all dressed up and got the makeup on and stuff. But but there's something about Lola's. I don't know. I think someone put in the chat like Snuffleupagus from Sesame Street. To me, they just look like furry caterpillars or something. It's really fucking off-putting because she is like genuinely stunning, but these massive fake eyelashes, I just think it puts people off. So yeah, they'll be the first to go out. There's been no. I mean, fucking the guy with the Lego head. Harry, Jesus Christ. Yeah, he's just done absolutely nothing. So, yeah, they'll be out very, very quickly.
Yeah, 100%. And I agree on the eyelashes. Me and Sam were talking. Sam said, like, what is going on with the eyelashes on it? I said, I don't know, because I think her eyelashes are pretty big anyway, like a normal ones. And she's a pretty girl, and it's like, you don't need... But it's obviously part of her style, so we'll give her that. And I'd just like to say, that was Dave who called her Mr. Snuffleupagus, by the way. But no, he wasn't you, Dave.
I was merely repeating a comment.
Yeah, I know, I'm joking.
I wasn't disagreeing, though.
No, I'm joking. But Dave, so we have got the apology from Joe, haven't we, to send over? This is in, response to the reality radar being
there's going to be one coming as soon as this episode goes
out. And Joe was like, well, I'm expecting an apology. I went, and I'm editing this podcast, so let's see what happens. But there you go. So, Dave, if you would like to present them to myself and the audience, these messages, these 4 messages that came over the week, to myself. And, as someone who has an accuracy level that, literally, they call me bullseye, to be honest, Dave. Let's just listen to our good friend Joe.
Yes, but yeah. Are you ready?
Let's go. This is Monday.
So, you want me to apologise to you? What's interesting is, I don't know what show you're watching, because after Sunday night, okay, I'll give you, they probably like each other underneath. But when it comes to it, Mimi and Io are still not back together. So your reality radar is still wrong at this stage. And can I point to you, Mimi said to Josh the other day, oh, my mum would be so thrilled with you. And at the end of the day, what matters? That matters. So it's Monday, no apology. Just caught up on Monday night show. Still no apology. Looking dodgy, but still no apology. The radar currently not in play. After catching up on Tuesday night's episode, I'm beginning to wonder, Chris, whether you need to do an apology to me. Just caught up on Wednesday's episode, and I'm wondering why I've not got a WhatsApp message from you. Maybe singing a song. Sorry seems to be the hardest word. When are you going to apologise to me for the shambolic reality radar?
What happened to Thursday and Friday is what I want to know. But
I think she's just given up at that point, Dave, because they're just like, I was just sending memes back going, no. Anyway, the show's not over yet, Dave. I am questioning whether that is actually correct, but it may not happen. It may happen. Either way, if I am incorrect, and this will be the first time ever, I will definitely not apologise to Joe, Dave. So there you go.
I mean, what would you say the odds are right now?
I think that I'm going to have to write out a written statement, Dave, with my solicitor at the end of the show, I think. If I'm being honest for a change, yeah. I just refer you to my solicitor. It's Phelps and Phelps lawyers, Dave. That's all I can say. There will be a written statement and a press conference at the end of the show.
Yeah. There's a certain other bell end across in the US who just won't accept results. But let's not go there. But yeah, I don't know what I can say with more certainty, Chris. So it might play out, in the couples that they're in now for the rest of the season. As soon as they get out of there, they're getting together, aren't they?
100%. 100%. Yeah, it's all going to happen off camera. We know that, Dave. There'll be a full run at it. Oh, my God. So anything else, Dave?
No, I think that's it. I think, sort of enjoying it, a bit of drama here or there, but it has approached that point in the season when I'm just like, fucking hell, I just need it to be over now.
Yeah, I think this week we're going to see who the producers are spending the money on. I'll be amazed if Joey Essex doesn't get the full fucking budget of the couples, Dave, for the run. Who's going to win if he's still there by next week? And yeah, we're going to get all the producers trying to sell these love stories and all these people, but absolute bollocks. But anyway, if you want to email us at cdrealitycast@gmail.com. If you want to follow us on social media at cdrealitycast, please get up to Facebook, Chris and Dave's Reality TV Cast. Come and join us over there, guys. All the episodes are posted on there if you're outside the US. If you do want to watch it on ITVX Live, which is 9 p.m. UK time, we have got a NordVPN affiliation in the show notes as well, so just get a bit of discount if you are going for a VPN. And also, if you do like the show or you don't like the show, please drop us a review on your podcast catching app and we'll read them out. If you do slate Dave, I'll read it out. And if you slate me, we won't read it out. But anyway, Dave, let me do the roll call of honour because I know you got something in your back pocket just before we go. So a massive thank you to Marcy, Stacey, Sinead, Jessie, Kathleen Sims, Andrea, Nick, Danielle, Kim, Amanda, Larissa, Helen, Nicola, Fiona, Maggie, Zoe, Gillian, Keith, Helen, Chloe, Joanna, Joe, apology, Joe, Libby, Susan, Hennessy, Lauren.
It was there. It was right there.
No, that wasn't the apology, Dave. I mean, the apology.
And an
apology suspecting. But thank you, Joe, for your support. We do really love you. But anyway, Dave, what have you got for us?
Nice. Well, obviously we record early on a Saturday, don't we? So our movie podcast, and so I do like to try and get to bed quite early on Friday so I can be up. But I was just so perplexed at the end of Friday night's episode. I ended up staying up way past my bedtime and working on this little musical number, which sums up how I feel about where we are with the couples right now. I could have just played this and be done with the episode.
Another day in paradise, or so they say, where love's the game, and we all play fake tears and shallow chats by the pool. But hey, tools, and it's Jesse and Joey. I don't care. Grace and Ruben. I don't care. Jessica and Ao. I don't care. Matilda and Sean. I don't care. Mimi and Josh. I don't care. Nicole and Kieran. I don't care. Lola and Harry. What's the fucking point?
Having a little bit of a boogie here, Chris. I am actually listening back. You've done well here.
So here we are, going into the final week. No more fake love and manipulation technique. Chasing fame and followers, it's all just a scam. For this to be over, yes, I fucking am. Cause Jesse and Joey, I don't care. Grace
So when you're writing lyrics, Chris, you know, it's all about the subtlety and the nuance of and hidden messages.
I think, Dave, I need to. If the Ayumimi thing doesn't come off, then I do think maybe I should, get on the old AI songs like I've done in the past. Not as good as you, but maybe I should do an apology song, Dave.
Well, I think you should start working on it now. But yeah, I mean, obviously coming into the final week, do you reckon we're going to get the baby game? They did ditch it recently, but do you reckon that's going to see a return maybe? But because it'll be later in the week. It'll be like Thursday, Friday when we start to get the final dates, won't it? So we've still got a bit. We'll have to meet the parents, I guess, So we're into the finals straight now. And I just don't care about any of the couples. I could toss who wins at all, so long as it is not Joey Essex. I think that's exactly my only differentiator there.
Yeah, if he wins, Dave, I'm going to be buying a new TV. Look, I'm insured, but that remote's going right through the screen if he wins. What a fucking joke that'll be if that clown wins. Unbelievable. But anyway, Dave, thank you so much. Thanks to Jo for sending in the voice messages, even if she is incorrect, Dave. But we do appreciate her input to the show. It's been an amazing journey again in Love Island. It's a load of bullshit. They're all bellends, but I'll see you next week, Dave.
Bye now.